Greetings. Nasi, I just want to share with you Genesis chapter 37. I will read from verse 14. So Jacob said to him, "Go and see if all is well with your brothers and with the flocks, and bring word back to me." Then he sent him off from the valley of Hebron. When Joseph arrived at Shechem, a man found him wandering around in the fields and asked him, "What are you looking for?" He replied, "I'm looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are grazing their flocks?" "They have moved on from here," the man answered. "I heard them say, 'Let's go to Dothan.'" The journey's destination was Shechem. And yet, Joseph did not find his brothers there. They had gone down to Dothan. Let's read from verse 23. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe. "He has gone now to Dothan. He has taken an extra mile," a demonstration of loving his brother, believing that they cannot go an extra hour without food. They are looking after the sheep of our family. I have to play my part as a brother. And yet, upon arriving, after making all that sacrifice, he arrives, and how was the reception? I mean, let's be honest. There are so many times you've made sacrifices, and yet the reception was not matching the sacrifice you have made. It's because that's the world we are in, where the spirit of jealousy is reigning supreme. It does not matter where. I've found it destroying families, is destroying, careers in workplaces. It is destroying churches. It is destroying churches. It does not look into the sacrifice of other people, the effort, the commitment they put. It is the spirit of jealousy. Joseph goes further than Shechem to Dothan for the purposes of his brother, only to be received with angry brothers who said, "Oh, here comes the dreamer. Here comes the dreamer." And for real, the dreamer arrived with his food. He arrived. You will arrive where they are plotting against you. The day is coming. The time, the hour is coming, carrying all the good tidings, all the good news. And yet the first thing they did was to strip him his jacket. To strip somebody's clothes is to humiliate. It is meant to embarrass, to make sure we reduce you to size, irrespective of the good you thought you were doing. You thought you were doing good, right? And for real, you were. Because you thought you were playing your part. But the moment of embarrassment is coming. Anyway, and they took him and threw him into the cistern. Now the cistern was empty. There was no water in the Mugomba. There was no water. Now water is life. You know what? I'm not going to take long. I know there's a lot that you have also done to your family. There's a lot you have also done to your friends. You have used the words, "I've been betrayed." I've been there, brother. It's terrible when you go back down memory lane. It's terrible. To say, I could have stopped at Shechem, but for you, I have to drive down to Dothan. My sister, I could have stopped at Shechem, but for you, I had to come down all the way to Dothan. For you. And yet now, I'm in this pit where there's no water. Reuben mentions that anyway, we don't need to shed any blood today. We need to keep him alive. And then decides to think that putting him into this pit was much better, even though there was no water. Nakanzwa taura kuti nyadzi dzinokunda rufu. Where you have been stripped, where you can now see the whole picture to say, yes, I've been beaten on the spot. Where you feel, because of what I've already done before, I'm vulnerable. I've known men who have done quite a lot of good to their wives in the name of love. But the result was embarrassment. Don't lose that. There are so many decent wives who did a lot of good to their husbands.
I shall continue to sing and preach the blood of Jesus.
And for real, for now, you are having to take blood pressure tablets. Everybody pities you because the embarrassment you went through. Really, for real, if a lot of deceit, if a lot of cheating behind the scenes, a lot of plotting happens, really, upon realizing it and upon your friends realizing it, obviously you get embarrassed. What's all this? I thought I was a man of integrity. I thought I was a sister of integrity. I thought we were together. I thought we were one flesh. I thought they were my brothers for real, to your siblings. I thought they were my sisters for real. I thought in this, if jealous happens within the church, you would stand up each and every time giving a testimony to say, if it wasn't because of the living word that is being preached in this church, I could not be alive today. And yet the day of embarrassment, when it comes, the only way you would know is exit, getting out. I know there are so many good things you have done, sacrifices you have done, but to be thrown in a pit without water, as much as it is a difficult thing to imagine, being perpetrated by people you thought are your prayer partners, the people you thought they are they are on your side, they will fight your war come what may. The people you thought you really counted on them. These are the people among whom you could choose your best man for your wedding, or if you're not married. And yet, after having gone all the way from Hebron Valley to Shechem and to Dothan, for them, not for anybody else. Now, how many things have you done? We have to be honest. There are so many sacrifices people have made in churches, thinking that they were doing it for God. They are disappointed. They had love for their brothers in the church. You know what? You may be in this pit as we speak. But take courage. Because kupinda mugomba wina Jesu, it's much better than to be in there without Christ. Kutengeswa kuma Ishmaelites, it's okay if you have got Christ, because the favor was upon Joseph. The favor was not in the jacket. The favor was upon. I pray that let the favor be upon your life. It may not be understood by the world, but the favor is not the favor. Let the favor be upon your life. Attached to your name. Favor attached to your name. Let them take whatever they want to take. As long as they have decided, the brothers on Ruben Wako, they've decided not to take your life, not to shed your life. So this is the day the Lord has made. While I know the jealousy, angels of the devil are around. But let me thank God, because the favor is not on what they have taken. They may throw a lot of spanners in the works of the very things that you intended to do, but they can't imagine you standing up, giving a testimony to say, oh, I've managed to do this. They want themselves to tell the story, not you. Not you. They are in competition. The jealous spirit puts them in competition with you without you knowing that I'm in competition with anyone. You are doing your things at your own pace. Whatever other things you may think of doing out of love, really, for real, they don't like it. That Mugomba wina Jesu, it's okay. Take courage. May you be happy that whatever you did it as it were unto the Lord. Because it's normal at times to expect. It's normal to expect appreciation. But the new normal, which is now in line with the word of God, is normal to ask, not to expect any appreciation. When you do, they did not appreciate Christ. They did not appreciate Joseph. However, well, they meant it for good. They mean it for bad, really. But God meant it for good. God meant it for good. May He mean it for good in your as you calculate the costs, if it is in monetary terms, in terms of time you invested, in terms of resources you invested, to then be plotted against and be thrown in a pit where there's no water. That says something, brother. But may I say this? Let's thank God we are still alive. Our lives has been spared.